Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to race number 14 of the first season of the NASCAR M&M's Cup Series. After today, we only have six more races left to go until we crown ourselves a champion. And after the four road courses we had here this week, the last 4 weeks, we're back to we're at the sister track to the Michigan Internet or to Auto Club is Michigan International Speedway as we're getting set for today's race here in the Irish Hills. On the pole position for today's race here at Michigan is Casey Hoyt as we're getting set for, by the way, the Cabo Wabo Tequila 250 as my phone won't stop being a derping grandpa. And I'm about to smack it in a minute. Anyway, he is alongside of it's the Cabo Wabo 250 is what it's called. Casey Hoyt comes into this race 35th in the points, still looking for his first win on the season. He's alongside the new points leader, Zachy Panini. Rogel Dorn dropped down to second in the points. He's starting in third. And he is alongside of Aaron Crowder, who starts in the fifth position. We have one driver making her only start of the year. That would be Lauren Grubius, a former Truck Series driver from the Coca-Cola Truck Series. As you look at the rest of the starting lineup, Larry Hoyt had mechanical problems and didn't set a good time. Make sure these cars go off on the grid, or roll off on the grid, I should say. Getting set for 30 laps of racing here today. Zachy Panini is the points leader by 8 points over Rogel Dorn. Larry Hoyt, 22 points back in third. L Bianchi, 23 back in fourth, with Aaron Crowder, 26 back in fifth. Gained 4 spots after last week's race at Lime Rock. Christopher Bright, 30 back in sixth. Sylvia Cunningham, 31 points back in seventh, gained 6 spots after last week's race. Maxie Chilton dropped 3 spots down to eighth. Bushy Clements, 36 points back in ninth. And Connor Breton jumped up 6 spots up to 10th in the standings. We are almost done with this season for the M&M's Cup Series. Want to take this time as I will take care of that when we get to the it's got a car in trouble. I think that's Jake Brentley as he's got a problem. Hopefully this will not mean he'll be out of the race. Hopefully he can get whatever the issue is fixed. As here we come to the green flag. Brentley was supposed to start in the 14th position, but we'll see if they can get the issue fixed. Green flag is back in the or green flag's in the air rather. We're underway here at Michigan. And he's out of the race already. It was a tire issue for Jake Brentley. Not sure why you would retire out of the race with a tire issue. And Jake Brentley is having a season to forget, 41st in the points table. And he'll probably stay 41st. He might have just locked up 41st position in the points. That's of the drivers that have running the full schedule. As Skylar Taylor right now in the second position with Rogel Dorn. Casey Hoyt trying to pull away. Skylar Taylor now in the second position. As I talked about, Casey Hoyt 35th in the points. Skylar Taylor comes in this race 15th in the points. So Jake Brentley retires out of the race, not even completing one lap. That's a big disappointment for him. Harold Farkesco. There's Austin Scott in the 24. Larry Hoyt in the 31. Excuse me. Looking at Ayrton D Silva, who comes in this race 26 in the points table. Let's see where the points leader is. That is the 71 of Zachy Panini. There he is, running in 19th. The guy who is trying to run him down for the points lead, Rogel Dorn, currently was last time I scored in second. There's third in points, L Bianchi in the 7. Dylan Cunningham in the 11. Dylan Cunningham will be back in the Winston Cup Series next season for season number 2. Dylan Cunningham in second. There's L Bianchi in third. Lucian having a good run this season. Going to be running in the Truck Series coming up for season 2. Cunningham's back in third. Rogel Dorn is fourth. Skylar Taylor fifth. Quentin Moore is now sixth. Seventh is UC Seal, trying to pass Matt Gomes. Ray Atiki in ninth, and Lauren Ekstrom will complete your top 10. L Bianchi currently the race leader now. As I almost dropped my phone. Time is starting to run out for these drivers to get themselves into championship contention. Hold on one moment. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something real quick. L Dorn is already caught up to Casey Hoyt in the 32, excuse me. L Dorn looking for his first win on the season. Junior Motorsports been to victory lane with J Isley, our winner from Daytona, but they haven't been to victory lane since with the other cars. Quentin Moore in third. Quentin, last week's pole sitter. Speaking of Isley, there he is. Having a solid run. Harold Farkesco back here in 41st. There's Dylan Ebrahimian. We'll be seeing him in the Winston Cup Series coming up for the second season. Josh Harmon. Skylar Taylor's female driver, Avon Murray, we are told, got a Busch Series ride for season 2. Get her off. There's Summit Oskin. And that's, by the way, the rumor. I don't know if anybody else has had any issues. It looks like nobody's had any other issues other than, the 41. As we just got a battle for the race lead here, Quentin Moore had the lead. Now L Bianchi is now the leader. Just past the halfway point here at Michigan. Matt Gomes in the 25. Matt's had a tough season, the 25. Dropped the spot down to 38th position in the points. Matt Gomes looking for his first win of the year. AM Racing looking to go to victory lane for the first time this season. Dylan Cunningham in second. Bianchi in third. We're down to 10 laps of racing to go when they hit the line. How about Lauren Grubius having a solid run, that 9 car for Junior Motorsports, former Truck Series driver. Went to victory lane at Kansas. Unfortunately, wasn't high enough in points to have her win count for a spot into the playoffs. Currently in a one-off. Herbius, we know, will either be in the Busch Series or in the Winston Cup Series. That's yet to be determined as far as that's concerned. Dylan Cunningham in the 11, Matt Gomes in the 25. As I said, Gomes looking for his first win on the season. Quentin Moore. There's Aaron Crowder up here at the front, as we're going to be at 6 laps of racing to go. I want to remind everybody this copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the World Racing Association and the Blue Hedgehog TV for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast or retransmitted or any other disseminations or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the World Racing Association, the Blue Hedgehog TV, is prohibited. Blue Hedgehog TV, we want to thank you fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Quentin Moore trying to go to victory lane for the first time this season. As Bianchi now leads, we're already at 5 to go, before to go next time by. It's going to get down to the wire. We got 3 laps of racing to go here. Where did Muhammad Zain in the 19 car come from? Good run for Muhammad Zain. As we're coming down to 2 to go, Bianchi still leads here at Michigan. Bianchi came in this race fourth in the points, trying to retake the points lead from the 71, which right now, see if anybody else has any issues. Nope, nobody's had issues so far. 71's running in 20th. And it's looking like Rogel Dorn, who was 8 points behind Z Panini, could retake the points lead heading in next week's race. White flag is in the air for Bianchi. One more lap to go here at Michigan, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Down the back straightaway for the final time for the Brandt Chevrolet. As here comes Lucci and Bianchi into 3 and 4. And he's going to do it. His first win on the season. Lucci and Bianchi is going to win the Cabo Wabo 250 here today at Michigan. What a win for Bianchi. Junior Motorsports goes to victory lane for the second time this season, first since Daytona. Here in the M&M's Cup Series, J Isley went to victory lane. Now Bianchi does it in Michigan. Mohammed Zain second, Ayrton De Silva in third, Quentin Moore, Tori Gossett, Rogel Dorn, Matt Gumbs, Ellie Rose, Aaron Crowder, and Shane Scott will complete your top 10. As you look on down to the remainder of the finishing results, we had no cautions. Well, a lot of drivers didn't finish well. We had only 41 drivers of the 42 that finished on the lead lap. Tyson Aquino was the last driver to finish the race on the lead lap. Nobody finished a lap down and or more, and only one driver did not reach the conclusion of this race. Jake Brentley had a tire problem coming to take the green, never took the start, took his number 41 Ford Mustang Dark Horse back behind the wall and out of the race. And I can guarantee you he's pretty much locked up last in points of the drivers that are full time, which is a tough break for him. But looking at the points, we're going to be in for a shakeup going into next week's race for this series, which next week we are heading to, if I look at my tracks we've been to for this series, I believe we're heading to Pocono next week. Should be a lot of fun. Another 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time green flag. Hope you will join us for that. Please give this video a like if you guys enjoyed today's race. Subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We showed your full finish results. Your point standings are down in the description heading into next week's race at Pocono Raceway. Should be a lot of fun. Until then, I've been DeVillo signing off. We'll see you guys next time as you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of the World Racing Association, the greatest racing since 2013.